First morning out Wyoming. Sunrise isn't far away. It is -6 Fahrenheit, -20 Celsius. Looking forward to finding some elk today. So there's some elk just over this bit of a ridge line just up here. I watched them walk in. They're just on the other side of that. So I'm just going to try and work my way in through these trees, pick over the other side of that, and hopefully they're bedded down. So the elk that I've got on the ridge that you've just seen walking off over there, I just ranged that one that just started walking at the bottom, and he was 170. Man, this is super awesome. My first elk hunt. This is super rad. It's cold, but super rad. So this was a pretty cool experience. I have seen elk in the Cataloochee Valley of North Carolina in the wild, but this was my first bull elk in a hunting type situation. Stalked in, got to within 20 yards, and as you can see on the timer below, spent about 2 minutes at 20 yards just watching him. It was an incredible experience. Look what's running at about 150 yards. It's a moose. I'm kneeling down on the ground. I don't want to give up my position here, but this is super rad. I've just stood up. This is cool. Man, that is awesome. Trying to keep this snowbank between me and it. Wyoming has not disappointed. I'm walking up some old snowmobile tracks out here in the public lands. You might be able to see the road over the back, sort of at the base of the snow at the bottom of the mountain over there. And I spotted 3 cow elk in those trees over there. So I'm going to keep pushing up this ridge line and see if I can't work up above them and push them back down. Man, when you get outside of these snowmobile tracks, it's knee to waist deep. It's hard work. But you can see there are tracks everywhere up here. We're sort of running in around here. So anyway, we'll keep pushing up. See how we go. Get those North Carolina lungs working. They're struggling a bit up here. Anyway, we keep going. Back into the trees and follow the tracks. It looked like they went down a little bit. I don't know. Would have liked to have seen them go down into the valley below me down there. Fun nonetheless. Certainly beats sitting in the office, that's for sure. Anyway, I'm halfway into my 5-day hunt, so let's hope I can get it done on the back end here. I'm a bit skylined here. I'm just going to wait for them just to get into that area, and then I'm going to see if I can get a stalk in on them. That was the last of the footage that I got of me hunting on this trip. That stalk that I put on those elk that you had just seen lasted for 2 hours. I managed to single one out, and I just kept following her and following her, and I got into within 30 yards a couple of times and then I got right into 20, and I just needed her to take 2 steps out from behind a tree, and I would have had a nice clean shot at 20 yards, but anyway, it didn't eventuate. So went into day 5. Things were starting to get a little bit, I was getting a bit antsy, I guess, after passing up a calf on day 2 at 20 yards broadside. I thought perhaps I'd made the wrong decision. But anyway, long story short, that afternoon, the last day of my hunt, I was able to get in on 6 cows and 1 spike, and I had about a 40-minute interaction with them. I'd had a snowbank between me and them. Every 10 or 15 steps as I get in closer, one of the cows had come out from behind the snowbank, and then eventually the spike walked into about 30 yards, and he was looking at me. He knew something wasn't quite right, but I just stayed dead still. And then one of the cows came out. She was at about 40, and she started to bark a bit. And then a mule deer came out of nowhere and walked past the other 5 cows and dragged them up, and they all walked into about, I'd say, 30-ish. And I ranged the cow that I did shoot, and I'll show a picture here of her in a minute, but I ranged her. I got her at about 40, and I figured it was a good chance. I felt comfortable shooting at that distance, so I drew back. She spooked a bit, ran. I thought she ran out to about 50. We measured it afterwards. It was only 43, just in the commotion of 7 elk in total running. I thought she ran a bit further, but anyway, I let an arrow fly, got a good shot, double lung. We checked that out after we cut her open, and it was a good clean kill. She only ran about 50 yards and went down. So look, pity I didn't get it on film, but at the end of the day, the purpose was to get an elk to fill the freezer and put some meat in here for the rest of the winter and into the spring and summer. So that objective was done. So anyway, that'll wrap up this video. I want to thank everyone for subscribing. Those that have, I'm starting to get a few numbers now, which is nice. Certainly want to improve my video post-production skills and make some better videos. So put some stuff down in the comments, give me your feedback, good or bad. I'm looking for that feedback so I know how to improve. And yeah, like and subscribe, it helps me out. Anyway, cheers, we'll catch ya.